Disney World's ludicrous Frontierland reveal at D23 leaves experts shocked that there's gambling in here at their incompetence. Uh, Considering didn't D23 happen a while ago?
Yeah.
Walt Disney World Resort has struggled as of late with Imagineering projects. You don't say. The once vaunted group, of engineers and artists at the Disney company have recently come under significant fire for being incompetent. Tiana's Bayou Adventure has had significant operational issues despite simply being a reskin of a classic attraction. Yeah, for people that don't know, that was the one I've made videos on that as well. So the deal with that is they were like, "Oh, well, shoot, what is it now? Not Song of the South. Thunder Mountain, I think.
Nope.
One of them, something Mountain, was it was too racist and it had stuff from Song of the South in it apparently, which was they say is racist and whatever else. So you got to tear it down. And so they replace it with Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and nothing works and no one cares. And it's not actually based on the movie, it's like a sequel to the movie. Like after the movie wraps up, then you have this ride. And like, who cares? And like I said, nothing works. So it doesn't matter in the long run anyway.
Not a great plan.
But either way, the lighting for Epcot's World Celebration stopped working within days of its release. Septic smells waft through the air with striking pungency near Moana's splash pad in World Nature. Oh, God. A recent redo of Jungle Cruise was so focused on implementing modern virtue changes that it failed to address infrastructural concerns that later led to the attraction having crumbling buildings. I'm curious as to what the changes were for that. But perhaps the biggest blunder of them all is now underway with a plan to fundamentally change Magic Kingdom forever. Quick reminder, Magic Kingdom just so happens to be the most important asset in the entire Disney company portfolio. That is correct. Walt Disney World drives about 1/3 of all Disney's profits, and Magic Kingdom is the keystone that makes it all possible. Changing it dramatically should be done with extreme caution. Unfortunately, that's not what Disney is planning. Go figure.
Ah, boy, here we go.
Here's Frontierland, a map, concept art for Frontierland expansion via Disney Parks blog. It always looks better in the concept art than what it turns out to be. But Frontierland, for people that don't know, Magic Kingdom is when you get to Disney World, there's like 4 parks. There's there's the Magic Kingdom, there's Epcot, there's the Animal Kingdom, and then there's the Disney Hollywood Studios. They're all fun in their own way, but the Magic Kingdom is like the place. It's got Cinderella's Castle, it's got the Haunted Mansion, it's got all the classic rides, the Snow White and the Seven Dwarves minecart ride, pretty close to the front actually. It's got it's a small world, all that stuff, and there's different sections of it. There's one that looks like you're walking down like old school, like Revolutionary Times America, like Main Street. It looks fancy. I think it's just called Main Street USA. And then you've got Frontierland, and there's other sections in the park that I honestly forget about. But like I said, it's been years since I went, but that's where it all is. After an outcry and backlash that should have embarrassed Disney company leadership, Disney is still planning to move ahead with an off-road cars attraction that will have guests not riding with the cars characters fans already know. Instead, customers will board off-brand original vehicles to zoom around a supposed dirt track outdoors in an area that is currently occupied by the pristine and beautiful rivers of America.
Why would they do this?
Yes, you read that right. Disney seriously plans to demolish a full-blown river, a scenic island, and take away the Liberty Bell boat that is iconic to Disney World Resort. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of that. What is old must be torn down. It is insane, but that's the current state of Disney leadership. And please do not forget that they have all the land that they ever need to build expansions. In other words, this is another virtue signal move intended to destroy any references to Mark Twain literary works because, well, modern messaging. Yeah, I could see that. Because, Mark Twain wrote the N-word in his books because it was appropriate for the time that he was writing about, that people, like racist people in the South, would say those words. And it was never written as like, oh, this person is a good person using the N-word. Some of them had a redemption arc, whatever, like Huckleberry Finn and whatever. But that's how they talked back then in the time period that he was writing about. Not saying it's right, not defending it whatsoever. Just saying, like, was he historical accuracy is like so foreign to these people now. And these are the same people saying they don't want our kids learning about real history in schools. Like, really?
Oh, come on!
These are the ones that are like, why aren't there more troons on the battlefield storming the beaches of Normandy in World War II? Anyway, and just when you thought that it couldn't get any worse, Disney VP of Parks and Experiences, Josh Demore, excuse me. Demaro. I hate when they put apostrophes in their names, stupid French names. Anyway, Josh Demaro said, "Hold my Dole Whip." At D23 in Brazil, the company released supposed test footage of the ride system that will be used for the attraction. Not only is it laughably bad, it's also impossible that it will ever be used. First, watch the ridiculous reveal, then I'll explain. What the hell? It was like go-karts. That's like a my mother-in-law has one of them. It's like a not quite a golf cart. Like she calls it like a four-wheeler, but that's not a four-wheeler. Four-wheeler is like got handlebars and stuff on it, or like an ATV. I mean, technically it has four wheels. So is that what it's gonna look like? Or are those just like they're just driving random things around the track right now? Like they built this somewhere. Oh God. I mean, go-karts are always fun. Oh God. Let's see some of the comments. This is by laughing_place on X. Test. To be clear, it is a test of what it looks like to be on the dirt, not a test of the ride system. Okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. They should not replace Rivers of America for this. Replace Autotopia or put it somewhere in HS. It would fit much better than in the middle of Frontierland in the sightline of Big Thunder and Haunted Mansion. This should not be replacing ROA and TSI. If they like this so much over in Brazil, then maybe they should build a Disney park there and put it there. Looks like a blast. Just a shame it's going to mean the loss of the Rivers of America. Leave Rivers of America alone and place cars somewhere else and start using land surrounding the park and stop replacing existing areas. I'm totally against the idea of removing another classic attraction at Magic Kingdom. Got a quote from Walt Disney here. Here in Florida, we have something special we never enjoyed at Disneyland, the blessing of size. There's enough land here to hold all of the ideas and plans we can possibly imagine. Well, said No Cars 4 trailer. Ka-chow, I guess.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I'll tell you another reason why it's stupid here. Let's walk through this together, shall we? We'll begin with the idea that Disney is going to put a giant dirt track in Florida and have their vehicles run on it. Again, in Florida. Would you like to guess how many days it rains in Florida? Would you like to estimate how often it rains just in the summer alone? And you want me to believe they're actually going to put a dirt track in Magic Kingdom outdoors for guests to ride on? Not even Kilimanjaro's safaris in Animal Kingdom is on dirt. It's colored concrete and asphalt to create the illusion. A real dirt track would be mud half of the time in Florida. So right off the bat, the supposed test footage is nonsense. You literally can't put this in Florida for reasons anybody with half a brain understands.
Because we're smart.
All right, so let's then say the gimmick of this reveal is just more Disney silliness, and we all know it's going to be concrete or some other non-permeable track for the cars to run on. Okay, cool. The next thing the reveal wants us to believe is that Disney has really done something special by making autonomous vehicles that can race without any physical tracks keeping their cars on the track. Unfortunately for Disney, again, it seems that having a working brain makes this so ridiculous as to be insulting. Question again: if it rains on a non permeable surface, thus making it wet, is Disney really going to allow autonomous vehicles to drive on a wet surface at any speed whatsoever without physical constraints? Yeah. Okay. And that's concept art of what it would look like. Ah, God. If you say no, give yourself a pat on the back. You're smarter than Disney executives think you are. Another question: if the vehicles run along the track and don't deviate, what does it matter if there's a physical way of keeping the cars on the track versus it being autonomous? If you said there's no difference, again, another pat is in order. Yeah, so in that scenario, riding at 5 miles per hour on a dirt track, there's basically nowhere in America where you can't do that already for less than 20 bucks. Yeah, there's nothing special here other than the gimmick of you don't even get the gimmick of like, oh, I'm riding in like say Lightning McQueen or whoever the female was that he took over for. You don't even get that. Because like I said, they already said it's going to be new, different vehicles or whatever that they can market, and like not ones from the movie. Which you're not going to ride in Mater. You're not going to ride in was it Sally, his girlfriend? You're not going to ride in Lightning. None of them. His mentor, the blue classic car, muscle car. I can't think of now. Uh, yeah. So it's this whole thing is dumb to dumb dumb dumb, and all those reasons that I just gave just shows that Disney didn't think this one through one iota. But then again, it's Disney. So, what else do you expect, my man?